Welcome back to Dungeon Master's Corner. Today, we take a look back at a random encounter that I thought would be a breeze. That turned into a hurricane. Welcome to another episode of the Dungeon Master's Corner. My name is Brian.
And I'm Nicole.
And today, we are going to talk about the most dangerous, the most deadly, the most powerful enemy you can possibly send at your high-level adventures. I'm not talking about the Tarrasque. I'm not talking about an ancient dragon. I am not even talking about Asarak. No. This is far, far more deadly. Pixies.
Fucking pixies.
So this was a while ago, and I will tell you that we had to rely on Nicole's notes to help me remember exactly the bullshit shenanigans I was able to pull off with this. And I will say, Nicole, your note-taking skills are superb and have improved so much from then because I barely could follow what we did. But then again, that kind of fits with what happened.
It really does. The thing is, as Perry, I didn't know what was going on. I was just doing my best.
I don't think anybody knew what was going on after a while. So this was just a random encounter. I rolled for this. I know that much for certain. Not only did I roll for it, I rolled for the number of pixies that they would be fighting. And I look at this, I'm like, all right, these are challenge rating 1/4. There is no way in hell that they're going to win. This is going to be a slaughter. They're just going to kill these pixies and move along. I have never been so wrong in my life. You guys were like, what, level 11, I think, at this point?
I think so, because this is when I joined as Perry. Or around that time. So it was like mid-campaign, last like 6 months or so. I think they were even higher than that.
Maybe. They might have been. Actually, I think we ended at like level 17, so it's very possible they were like level 14 or 15.
I had 7th level spells.
Yeah, so they were not weak. But the pixies, if you look at the stat block, which I actually have open in front of me. I actually prepared a little for this one. I don't normally do that. I kind of go off the cuff to my detriment.
I am shocked.
Both my present self's detriment and my future self, who has to edit this. They have the ability to cast once per day for each spell. Confusion, Dancing Lights, Detect Good and Evil, Detect Thoughts, Dispel Magic, Entangle, Fly, Phantasmal Force, Polymorph, and Sleep. They also have superior invisibility. They can just turn invisible and stay that way till they lose concentration. Now, they are neutral good, but my players at this point, I believe, were either in the Fey realm or were in a forest that was very heavily Fey influenced. And I rolled that 8 pixies would just try to prank them. I figured, once one of them died, because they have a hit point, one singular hit point, and an AC of 15, they would scatter in fear. That did not happen.
That relied on us knowing what was going on.
No, not really. A single blind swing would have killed this thing. But things went to shit so fast. So I decided that starting off, the pixies would each, target certain areas. Some players fell down a hole and Entangle was used to seal the hole, and they began suffocating inside.
Oh no, they began suffocating because he was trying to burn his way out.
Ah, that's what it was. So they were entangled in these vines, and Frederick, I believe, was the one who tried to burn his way out.
Yes.
And almost died of smoke inhalation. a couple of them got hit by their polymorph. Romero was turned into a giant tortoise, or just a regular tortoise, but those things are fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Tick was turned into a dog, but not just any dog. Keep in mind, Tick is a gnome. He had to be a small dog. So he got turned into a Yorkie. Really should have gone with Corgi if I had known my Fae history at that point.
Yorkie's still adorable, though, and fit.
That is true. That is true. But, you know, the mounts of the Fae. And then I threw a couple confusions in there as well. I think only JJ was not affected.
Yeah, he was the only one who kept his wits about him.
And then they just started swinging on each other, choking themselves. That battle went on for quite a few rounds, and not one of you managed to locate or harm a single pixie. In fact, most of you harmed each other.
All the damage that was done in that fight, we did to ourselves.
Yeah. And it finally got to the point where I was reading what was going on. I was reading the room. I was reading the stat block. And I watched and realized this is going to become a TPK. If I don't do something, if I don't stop this, they're going to kill each other. So I just had the pixie drop in, or at least one of the pixies just dropped invisibility and booped the Yorkie on the nose and just went, "You guys are idiots." And there was maniacal laughter from the trees, and they all flew away and let the spells that were on them just drop. Because I thought this was going to be a 30-second Slaughterfest, like 30-second real-life Slaughterfest, not in-game 6 rounds. But it was getting there. I've seen you guys dropped Tiamat twice. And you got rolled by pixies.
Yeah. We are formidable and powerful and terrifying, but fucking pixies.
Oh god. If you have not seen Darkness Rising, definitely watch the movie. I know we've said that on this program before. But it makes me think of the time, remember when he got killed by those halfling shopkeeps? Or that asthmatic princess? Or it's like, these... Why? Why is it pixies that did you guys in? Like, I was trying to find bigger and badder monsters. I randomly got pixies, and just... To this day, they hate pixies.
That just gave me ideas.
Oh, I just gave you ideas? That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Though, to be fair, pixies are neutral good. So they weren't out to kill.
Neutral, not chaotic?
They're neutral good, yeah, not chaotic. But they're Fae, so I figured they're a little prankstery. All Fae have a puckish nature. Thank you for the pity laugh. I know the English teacher in me will only amuse a few people with that one.
Yeah, but those who get it, so...
That's true.
What did you learn from the pixie encounter, if anything at all?
Oh, I learned a lot from the pixie encounter. The number one thing I have to say is never underestimate the low CR monsters. They read what they do. Like, really read what they do. Because your players will underestimate them. You will underestimate them. But once you know what they're capable of, you will have such an arsenal of tools you didn't realize were at your disposal. Like, if I ever wanted to really fuck with my players again, send an army of pixies. Just... that, it's like Tucker's kobolds, but pixies. Never underestimate the small fries. Also, never let them live it down when they lose to the small fries.
It has been years, and still, we will never live it down.
Just got your asses handed to you by pixies.
It was a good fight.
It was
Against
a fun,
each
it was a
other.
very fun fight. Yeah, it was a very fun fight for me. I had to do so little.
Mhm.
It's always nice when the players do most of the work for you. But I believe that brings us to the end of our program. So if we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended. I have been Brian.
I've been Nicole.
And we hope to see you in our next episode. Bye!
Bye!
Take it away, outro guy. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Dungeon Master's Corner. If you'd like to support us, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/reliably chaotic if we be friends, and chaos shall restore amends. You can also drop us a line on Twitter at reliably chaotic. We'd love to hear from you.